Don't wait for tomorrow. Live for today. Keep chasing the sunshine and go out and play.
And good evening. Welcome to another deal reveal. Wonderful to have you here. If it's your first time, these deal reveals are quick. In 10 minutes, we're going to size up an opportunity and you can take action on it if you so choose. I'm going to analyze a deal lightning fast. I'm going to show you how to very quickly look at the two golden rules of real estate to see if it makes sense to explore further. This is a real live deal. We do not put bidding wars, people against people, first come, first serve. So if this property today is of interest to you, just send us an email, reach out to us, and we'll put you in contact with the seller, with the representative, with the agent, with the wholesaler, whoever is in direct contact with the seller. We do that, no charge to you. So with that being said, it's nice to see some returning people. I do have a couple of new people here. Few people shout out right out the top here. We got Charles, nice to see you. Francois, Jenny, John, Oni, another John, Kip, Amy, wonderful. Leonard, Loisel, I think it's Bruno. Mr. Lermont, Martin, hey, nice to see you here. Paulo, Peter, Pierre, all the P's are in the house. Serge, Stan, Robert, Varun, just right off the top, and I see a bunch more people logging in, and I'm not looking at the cross post on Facebook, but hello everyone, welcome to the deal reveal. Super excited to have you here, and look at you blowing up the chat. Hello. Oh, that's awesome. So today is going to be well, I don't know if it's going to be extra special. It's always special when we spend time together, but if you hear some craziness going on around me, I have two puppies here, and let's just say a big happy birthday to Loki, who's turning 1 year old today. And he's got his best friend, a 4-month-old Cane Corso, 30 pounds, 4 months old. They're just running around having a great time, running under the table and just having just a great blast. But today, I'm bringing you a property. Like I said, it's a real property. And it's actually one of the properties that's slated to be part of the bus tour, not this weekend, but next weekend. So if this one happens to be an on-market deal, and that's what the bus tour does. We have some on market, we have some off market, we have some singles, doubles, quads, larger multifamily. We have everything at the bus tour. And so this is just a sample. I think this one's a pretty good one. It's on market, but that doesn't mean you can't find deals on market. So if you want to snatch it up before the bus tour, it's okay. Give me a little bit more work. I'll have to replace it for the bus tour. But as it is right now, it is slated for the bus tour. All right, so what do we have? Let's give us the... I already said all this. This is the property, all right? We are going to go to Maple Heights, which is a suburb of Cleveland, Ohio. And it's one of those suburbs that I have identified that could really pay well with a long-term renter with Section 8. And just before we dive in, Section 8 is a government subsidized program. So the government actually pays most, if not all, of the tenants' rents. And so your real tenant is the government, is the US government. Section 8 is a federal program. It is across all the states. And we're going to take a look at this property for under $90,000. And this is the asking price, by the way, straight from the MLS. This is the asking price. That means we can negotiate this, but this is where we're going to start. We're going to see if this makes sense as an investment property. So are we ready? Salut Sylvie. Hello. Pierre, people are saying hi in the chat. That's wonderful. So start your counters. We're going to see how quickly we can analyze this deal. 3, 2, 1, off we go. All right. So your job is to say if this is a deal or no deal. So the first thing you do, put that address in Google, follow it by the word realtor. Go to realtor.com, make sure we're talking about the right property. We are. So click on that. Why are we going to realtor? For two reasons. One, we want to get a general idea what the property is. It is a 1.5 single family home asking $90,000. It is for sale on market right now. We can get a few pictures. You can get an idea of how the windows are they wood windows, is this wood siding, how's the general condition of the roof, the garage, the driveway, just general condition of the floors, the walls, the doors. You can get a good idea of what needs to be done. Right now, it's looking very cosmetic across the board. We see the furnace is still there. There's appliances. It looks like this was lived in not too long ago, although it appears to be vacant right now. So real quick, just looking at this cosmetic, it could be as low as 15,000. Just looking quickly, I would not go lower than that based on what I saw. But there we go. The second reason we go to realtor.com is for this home value real estimate chart, which pulls from 3 data mammoths: Collateral Analytics, CoreLogic, and Quantarium. And over time, it gives you the trend of what this property has been, what these algorithms estimate the property's value to be. And so if you just follow this trend up to today's date, I'd say this property is probably worth about, and it's hard because this is some real high data that could even pull higher. And with my knowledge of Maple Heights and just looking at this trend, I'd say it's worth probably about 130. 130. So right out the gate, if you're paying 90 and you're putting 15 to 20 into it, right? You're all in for 110. If it's worth 130, it looks like you're buying with $20,000 of equity. So you're buying some equity, you're buying at some discount. Just quickly, of course, we need to do an inspection. Of course, we need to verify that it's really 20,000. Maybe it's 10, maybe it's 35. I don't know the roof, the foundation, and so forth. That's why we get it inspected. But there appears to be a discount possibility here, and that's what we're looking for. That's one. That's the first golden rule of real estate. Are you buying for less than it's worth? If you buy it and renovate it, is that cost less than its market value, right? And that's what we just did real quick. We have an indication of buying it at a discount. The second golden rule of real estate is, are we buying cash flow? All right. And because I know where to look, I know that in Maple Heights, zip code 44137, on a 3-bedroom, look how much the government can pay, up to $2,168 a month if the landlord, the owner, were paying all utilities. Now, we don't want to pay all utilities for our tenants. Typically, we pay water, sewer, they pay gas and electric. So from this number, I would remove at least $200 from here. So say conservative, let's say 1,900 is the number I'm going to play to see if there's cash flow from this deal. Okay. So, and for those of you who want to know what I just did there, this is a little app website, CMHC rent determination. And you can get this free website. You plug in the zip code of your property, you check how many bedrooms are in your unit, and off you go. So that's that. Here, I'll even put it in the chat. See if you all can get this real quick. I'm putting the link in the chat here. I've never really done this on the dealer, but let me know if you can click on that and you have it for yourselves. So now we have a rental property that can bring in about $1,900 a month. There's typically 12 months a year, so your gross income is just shy of $23,000 a year. There's a quick mathematical trick in real estate called the 50% rule. And I'm going to keep it at 50% because I'm in the suburbs, and ultimately this property is probably worth about 130, maybe even more. And so, taxes are going to follow. We're not talking about that very low value inner Cleveland property with hardly any taxes. This is a suburb. You're probably going to pay $3,000, about $4,000 of taxes a year on this investment property. So I think the 50% rule is solid here. So this property is likely going to generate over $11,000 net cash flow if you bought it cash. Okay, so that's the next step. We are buying $11,400 of cash flow based on an investment of $90,000 plus a rehab that we're just going to estimate at $20,000 right now to make it a Section 8 ready. So if you divide your NOI, your cash flow, your net operating income, which is $11,400, and you divide it by your total project cost, which here I've estimated to be $110,000. If you divide your NOI by your project cost, you get what we call a cap rate. This is basically a return on investment for your capital if you buy it cash, purely from the cash flow. And we have here a 10.36, a 10.4% cap rate on a single family home, a 10.4 cap. Compare that strategy, that cap rate analysis, to a property in your market back home. You're probably going to find somewhere between a 3 and a 5. Fives are almost unicorns if you're in any major urban center up in Canada, or even a lot of the major urban centers in the US. But 4% cap rates are the large majority of a city's cap rate properties, investment properties. So here we're at 10. We're basically double what you'd find back home, and we haven't negotiated. Sure, we haven't confirmed the rehab, but you saw the pictures just like I did. Aside from repainting, refinishing the floors, this is a subsidized house investment strategy. You do not need to rip out the kitchen and put all the top end. You do not. You just need to make it livable and nice. I do recommend putting some higher end, maybe put granite countertops because those last forever, but you certainly don't need to go changing everything. So I think a 20,000 budget, unless we find something major, is going to make it happen for this property. So are we buying cash flow? At a 10.4 cap, you're absolutely buying cash flow because your financing rate, interest rate, is going to be well below 10.4. And so when your cap rate is higher than your financing interest rate, you have cash flow. And yes, you can pull out and your big calculators and run the numbers, but look at this. We have in 7 minutes, and I talked a lot around it, in 7 minutes, it really appears that there's a good chance here that the two golden rules of real estate are satisfied. You're buying at a discount, you're buying cash flow, and you haven't even negotiated yet. So that's the type of property you want to get involved in. And that's why in 10 seconds, when I saw this deal hit my inbox this morning, I was like, this one, we're adding to the bus tour. And while we're at it, let's add it to the deal reveal to show people what they'll see during the bus tour. So that's what we have today. That's our deal reveal. If you're interested in this, if you think this is a deal and you'd like to go in and negotiate, well, I mean, you can just reach out to any realtor. It's a property that's on the market, but you can send us an email. We'll put you in contact with one of our realtors if that's what you want. And you can go ahead, do your due diligence, put in your offer, negotiate to your heart's content, and get another property in your portfolio, generating cash flow now for tomorrow. So there we go. I told you it was going to be lightning fast, right? So that's the end of our deal reveal. I do want to announce again that we are 3 days away. The developers just gave me this announcement yesterday. We're 3 days away from launching the beta version of the Deal Zone. What is the Deal Zone if it's your first time here? It's basically this deal reveal that only happens once a week. I basically showcase 1 or 2 properties a week, and I've been doing it for the last 4 years. I don't think I missed a single one in 4 years. Over 200 episodes, hundreds of deals that I've revealed to you on this show. And the Deal Zone is going to offer it to you 24/7 on your own. It is a website. It is a platform that's going to bring you off-market real estate deals at a discount with cash flow, and you can go in, put offers, negotiate, do your due diligence all by yourself. You don't have to wait for Thursday 7 p.m. anymore. It will be there for you 24/7. So that's super exciting. And since the bus tour is so close to us now, we're 8 days away, 9 days away from the bus tour from next Saturday. And so I would like to say a few words of the bus tour. First word I want to say is 4. Why 4? Because there are 4 spots left in the bus. And only 1 VIP room is available if you do want to have VIP. VIP includes accommodations. It includes all your meals. It includes extra time with Janie and myself. And there are some other extra perks attached. The dogs are going crazy. They're fighting for the last spot is what they're doing right now. But ultimately, this bus tour is going to be in Cleveland, Ohio. We're also visiting the other suburbs, the neighboring cities around Cleveland. We're giving you the whole Cleveland, greater Cleveland experience. And this is what you're going to learn. You're going to learn the difference between Maple Heights and Garfield Heights and Cleveland and Collingwood, North Collingwood, South Collingwood, the difference between Euclid and South Euclid, the difference, because there are major differences in all these different cities and strategies in all these different cities. Just because a neighborhood or a city is rougher or more difficult doesn't mean I just cross it off the list. It means we look for certain things and do different strategies in those areas. For example, I would not do short-term rentals in 99% of South Collingwood. But if you go on the Tremont, Ohio City, or Proximal on the west side, I would. So you wouldn't know that unless you attend a bus tour or you're talking with someone who has experience running that strategy in this market. We're going to teach you where and how to find those deals, whether it be on market or off market. We're going to show you, just like the deal reveal, like I did, that 50% rule. I'm going to show you how to evaluate them lightning fast. You can literally be driving to a property and crunch your numbers before you even get there. And that's what we're going to do on the bus. As we're driving from property to property, we're going to crunch the numbers of the property we just saw. We're going to crunch the numbers of the property that we're going to go see, so that you're already prepped. In the 5 minutes between properties, we're going to do the deal reveal over and over and over again, so that you master this skill and it becomes a reflex. Not reflux, but a reflex, so that you can get the success quickly. We're going to show you financing options, even if you're Canadian, even if you're Australian, even if you're Israeli, you will have options for financing. We will bring a bank to you. The owner of a bank will be in the house to talk to you in person. And we're going to give you other loan brokers that you can explore outside the bus tour that have just amazing programs for the JK community. You're going to meet the local dream team. So we talked about a local bank. We're also going to have an insurance broker, two property managers. We're going to have an appraiser. We're going to have 2 realtors, one special on the west side, one specialized on the east side. We're going to have a title company. We're going to have everyone you need to make this business happen. Something that took us a decade to build. And believe me, we have hired and fired managers and gone through some team members to get to the people we're bringing in front of you today. And we're going to show you really the nuts and bolts on what we need to recycle capital deal after deal after deal using the BRRRR method. For those of you who attended the blueprint last month, we talk a lot about the BRRRR method, but we're going to talk about it again because this is a vital piece of scale. Even though you might start with 50,000 or you're in a partnership with someone who's got 50,000, well, that's enough. That's enough to get the ball rolling and do a deal every 3-4 months just with that $50,000. And then you learn more and more leverage strategies to find more capital, to do more deals at the same time, to ultimately get to the point where right now we typically have 10 to 12 deals on the go at any given time. We're going to analyze deals live with you. If you want to spend more time on that particular property, well, we'll spend more time on that particular property so that you feel comfortable putting in an offer and acquiring your next property. We want to show you that Cleveland, we're not the only ones who think Cleveland is great. It is in Forbes magazine as one of the top 10 best cities to invest in, Cleveland. It is a full 2-day bus tour, live in person, obviously. And even the standard admission ticket includes breakfast and lunch for both days and snacks and beverages all throughout the day and on the bus. It is May 3rd and 4th. So that's not this weekend, it's next weekend. And I didn't update the slide, but we've got 4 tickets left. So we are well above 50. We're well above 80% sold out at this point. And the retail price for the bus tour, $4,000, but that's not what we charge. If it's your first time on the deal reveal, then don't be afraid. If it's not your first time, you know where I'm going with this. But you get not only the 2-day bus tour where you meet all of our power team, we also have 4 bonuses for you. We're going to give you the ultimate real estate calculator and video tutorials on how to use it, how to plug in those numbers the right way based on what situation you're buying in. And the dogs are just going crazy. They really want a ticket. You better hurry. So we got that, the ultimate calculator, a quick start boot camp. So we're showing you how to turn on the 2 valves of a real estate business, which is the money valve and the deal valve. Right? That's what we want to teach you how to do. And so after the bus tour is done, you have an action plan, a 5-week action plan after the bus tour to make sure you put all that knowledge and all those wonderful team members to work in the direction of your dreams. We're giving you an interactive ebook, JK's Roadmap to Your First Property. It basically narrates, well, I'm basically narrating. I've audio narrated the book for you, so you can read it or you can listen to it. And it basically goes through what our first year of investing in the US was. That was 10 years ago now. But what were our obstacles? We started with, you probably know, $39,000 on credit cards and to where we are today. Like, what did that first year look like? What are the mistakes we did? What are the mistakes we didn't do? And what allowed us to get 7 units in our first year with that $39,000. Plus, last bonus, the 9 powers of real estate training, quick training about an hour long, where we show you why real estate to begin with. Why not stocks, bonds, crypto, gold, commodities? Why real estate? Well, there's 9 powers to real estate that a lot of other investment and asset classes do not have. And so it's important for you to understand that although I just showed you a 10.4 cap, that's only including one of the powers of real estate, which is cash flow, that it pays you every month if you buy it right. That is cash flow. There are 8 other powers. Well, actually, I did talk about another one. The other one is you can buy at a discount. There's potentially $20,000 of net worth that you buy by buying that property. That's another power. Try to buy gold at a discount. Well, you probably have to go to garage sales or something like this to find it. Try to find stocks at a discount. They're never at a discount. They're always at today's price. You'd have to learn trends in order to figure out if they're going to go up or going to go down and so forth. But you cannot buy a stock at a discount unless you're buying it from a friend or something like that. So if you add up the bus tour shy of $5,000, oh, I think I lost my camera. We're just shy of $5,000 in value, but you do not pay anywhere near that. To join the bus tour, and there are only 4 tickets left, it is $777. You can scan the QR code on the screen or click on the link that the JK team is going to put or has already put in the chat. Thank you, JK team. Appreciate you. You're always there supporting the community. So you can scan the QR code or click on the link in the chat to get all the details. $777. There are 4 tickets remaining. A few words from one of our members.
This is my first bus tour here in Cleveland. Meeting a real life lender is probably the most important connection I've done because it's gonna be able to grow my business exponentially with having this direct contact with the lenders that know like foreign, national, Canadian. It's built in for a Canadian option and programs. I just realized that having this lending part, I could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 deals like faster than I thought. So we're really gonna be able to accelerate the growth of the business.
There we go, just a few little words. So now you got a choice. Will you attend the bus tour? Will you be one of the last 4, or will you wait for the next one, which is probably, I think it's 3 months away. So it's gonna take a minute before we do another one. And ultimately, we've got this blank check and we want you to fill it out. And what's on this blank check? Well, it's either your first cash flow check from your first property bought right. So it's either cash flow, $100 to $5,000 of cash flow per month on your first US deal, or it's gonna be a totally different kind of check, a reality check that US real estate is not part of your life, and therefore you cannot be part of this family, this opportunity. And we truly hope that you decide to join us, join the thousands of Canadians who have joined in the US real estate investment dream, who are writing on their blank checks right now, and be part of the next bus tour in Cleveland. Here's one from last year. It was a nice group. And we even have Bob right here, which is the community's asset protection lawyer. And he will be, again, part of the bus tour. He really wants to be on every single bus tour. Can you imagine being one of the nation's leading attorneys in asset protection in real estate, specialized in foreign nationals, and he wanting, almost begging, to be part of every bus tour, not just as some sponsor or just as a in person, to shake your hand, to talk with you, to meet you, and ultimately be part of your team. An amazing, I mean, all of these people are amazing, and Bob is just an honor to have him come back and back and back. So as I said, thousands of members in the community, collectively over 100 million of real estate purchased in the US by our community. And we're looking over the next couple of years to 10x that and hit the billion. So with that being said, this is your last chance to scan the QR code or click the link. $777. We hope to see you in Cleveland real soon. With that being said, take a look. And don't forget, do now for tomorrow. See you in Cleveland.